Anti means against and biotic means life. Anti means against and biotic means life. Antibiotic means against of life. When it is used in human beings, that name is pro-life. In human being, it is not against of life, it is pro-life. Antibiotic is formed by the microbes. When these antibiotics are formed by the microbes and it is used to kill and retard of the other microbes. First antibiotic name is penicillin. First antibiotic name is penicillin. It is formed by, it is given by the Alexander Fleming. When Alexander Fleming work in his laboratory, he work upon a staphylococcus bacteria. After some time, he saw that a onwashed culture, onwashed petri dish, some microbes are grows and it retard the growth of staphylococcus bacteria. After that, he found that the bacteria, its name is penicillin. Penicillin comes from which fungi? That name is Penicillium notatum. Penicillium notatum is a fungi. It is released of which chemical? Penicillin. Penicillin is used for as an antibiotic. It is given by, after that it is given by chain and Florey. Chain and Florey give the full potential work of the antibiotic penicillin. And penicillin antibiotic used in America in World War II. In World War II, so many soldiers are wounded. The wound as cured by the antibiotic name is penicillin. After that, the chain and Florey and Fleming. Chain, Florey and Fleming awarded the Nobel Prize. Awarded by the Nobel Prize for formation of antibiotic in 1945. Antibiotic, anti means against and life, biotic means life. Antibiotic means against of life. But in human being, when it is used, that name is pro-life. Antibiotic is produced by microbes. It is produced by microbes and it is kill and retard the growth of other microbes. First antibiotic name is penicillin. Now the penicillin is formed. It is given by the Alexander Fleming. When Alexander Fleming worked on in his laboratory, which bacteria? The bacteria name is staphylococcus bacteria. He saw that a onwashed petri dish, an onwashed petri dish, some microbes are grown which retard the growth of other microbes and other bacteria. That name is staphylococcus bacteria. After analysis, he saw that this bacteria, this fungi is Penicillium notatum. Penicillium notatum release the chemical that is penicillin, which that retard the growth of staphylococcus bacteria. Then after the penicillin is given by full potential and full effective, given by chain and Florey. After that, the chain and Florey and Fleming awarded by the Nobel Prize in 1945 for the discovery of the penicillin. Now here, next chemical enzyme and other antibiotics. ginger is a fungus which for production of citric acid. And which bacteria is produce acetic acid? Acetobacter. Acetobacter acetic is a bacteria. It is produce acetic acid. These are the chemicals released by the bacteria and fungus and microbes. Then Clostridium butyrium is formed the butyric acid. The Clostridium bacteria otherwise called butyric acid bacteria. Then lactobacillus is formed lactic acid. Is a bacteria and produce lactic acid. The Aspergillus niger is a fungus which produce the citric acid, and Acetobacter acid is a bacteria which produce acetic acid, and lactic acid bacteria produce the lactic acid which is present in curd, and butyric acid bacteria is produce butyric acid. These are the chemicals which is produced by microbes. Now clear? This is about the chapter microbes in human welfare. In this chapter we discuss about the topic microbes in industrial products. Every day in industry the more amount of product is released from that product which is used for the valuable for the human beings. From that product the example is beverage and antibiotics. For the production of beverage and antibiotics the microbes are required. In industry it is large scale amount of production of beverage and antibiotic. For the production of antibiotic and beverage, microbes are used in large amount which is grow inside a vessel. The vessel's name is large vessel's name is fermenters. That is fermenters. When in industry the beverage and antibiotic produce large amount of production होता है, इसमें microbes का use होता है. जो उसका जिस टाइम में microbes का use होता है, microbes grow inside a large vessels. That name is fermenter. Now clear? Then start the fermented beverage. The fermented beverage is two types. One is with distillation, another is without distillation. With distillation, another is without distillation. The beverages are fermented by microbes. Which microbes? Yeast. When how the beverage is formed? Fermentation of malted cereals and fruit juice is fermented to produce alcohol or ethanol. Which alcohol? That is ethanol. In presence of yeast. Which type? Which is? That is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. That is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. When the malted cereals and fruit juice is fermented in presence of yeast, that is